find ways to be really tricky with his recoveries. We saw him do that really well against Slowking. It's going to look pretty different for a Sheik matchup, or for a Samus matchup, but we'll see if he can find some stuff. The bomb mix-ups are really tricky, and then figuring out how to make your shield effective without just getting caught grabbing.
Looks like we're already in there, and Jflex has already taken the first stock. So, wow, yeah, definitely riding the momentum from the previous match, right, and kind of coming in hot. I think that Morse code is a player you have to be careful and don't. Oh, he should be okay here. The drift back, yeah, okay, nice. Oh my god, Samus is allowed to SD once. She's not allowed to SD twice.
All right. So Jflex finds a very early 4 stock to 2 lead. Oh, is he just dead again, actually? I think he might be. No.
Yeah, he might have been. But the last needle might have saved his life. Maybe not. Maybe he had to go out there and hit him or something. But yeah,
I'm thinking after that last needle, he might have been, Jflex might have been able to just grab ledge, right?
True. Yeah.
So I think that was the clean, like, for sure answer after throwing that needle. But let's see if Jflex can close it out anyway. He does lose his first stock, but good CC here coming down.
There can be like a bit of a mix-up there, because if you try to grab the ledge, Samus can up B early and then just clip you on the way there or something. But it's like pretty close to guaranteed, right? Like, oh, up B edge cancel, up air into another up B. Dude, when Samus starts doing this vortex where she just has a bunch of multi-hit aerials that are hitting you, you just have no idea what they do, because Samus has never used aerials. So you're just like, what is that? Oh, what a call out with a charge shot, man.
All right, and that's going to take the full stock. Are you kidding me? 2 stocks apiece, I guess. Sheik does have a ton of damage on the Samus and is able to jump over the second charge shot. So nice job by Jflex there to recognize the situation. But still not dead. Got to find a closeout. And yeah, these needles are just not coming.
Yep. Good use of the corner there from Morse code. Doesn't overextend, and these up Bs are racking on a ton of damage here. And I was kind of mentioning this before. You don't want to get too comfortable with momentum against a player like Morse code, because he's a player that's really going to make you grind it out for the entire time. And he's not going to give you stocks for free. Not going to give you a game for free just because you got a lead, right? So.
Yeah. Just barely misses the grapple there. I think the needles did come into play and mess him up. So good edge guard there by Jflex. 2 stocks to 1, but man, this feels like a tenuous lead after he was so far ahead at the beginning of the game.
You know what? I think he needs Firefox notches, because like the Samus needed to like air dodge in and slightly up to get that grapple, but that's actually a really hard air dodge angle to get without notches. So maybe, the future Samuses will also have Firefox notches.
Crazy to think about. But Jflex here finds the grab on the roll in. Really nice stuff. Gets a pretty solid little combo here. 100% already. Up 2 stocks to 1. These bombs are going to make it hard for Jflex to close things out. Got to maintain that patience here. Morse code, look at that. He throws the bomb, and then when you try to go to the platform, he just goes across the stage and resets the position. Really trying to catch Jflex getting antsy.
Yeah, and Jflex is not, right? He's really kind of sticking to his game plan and holding center stage, getting the right hits. Grab is going to be the right punish here, finding a down throw forward air. Now he's going to get more chances to just shoot a barrage of needles. Gets the grapple, and without the grapple, Samus's recovery is not that good, and Sheik is able to close it out. Really strong game 1 from Jflex to start out this grand finals.
Yeah, really good use of that lead that he was kind of gifted a little bit, right? He had a really strong first stock, and then the second stock there was a bit of an SD.
The double SD to results in 1 SD.
Yeah. So, Jflex did kind of get gifted that big lead, but he played through it pretty well. Even when Morse code slowed things down, Jflex stuck to the game plan and kind of held out until he got his big win condition, even punishing a grab, which I think we decided we didn't see that one time in the last set. So
true. Yeah, and honestly, sometimes punishing grab, it's Hugs used to complain about this sometimes, that like people accidentally punish grabs, and for me, like one of the big adaptations I had to make was, instead of spot dodging, I just roll. And it's not that I knew that, oh my god, he just run a bomb waveland back. Dude, he's so sick with the bombs. But yeah, sometimes you just roll, and then like after you roll, you have such a large reaction window to be like, oh, he grabbed, I guess I'll hit him, right? So
yeah, exactly. Okay,
yeah,
here's
these
that
bomb
edge
mix-ups
guard.
are so sick.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting. And he did it twice in a row with the waveland back, so you know
Yeah.
that that's like a very intentional. There he does it again. This time, oh my god, he
Yeah.
does the bomb waveland through, so he gets to also
Mhm.
reclaim center. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of like Westball Shines, where he kind of like
Mhm.
shine waveline down or something, and then he can shine waveline forward and stuff like that. So having so many different ways to kind of do it, and sometimes of course he doesn't waveland, and then he's just floating above you, either
Mhm.
drops another bomb or nairs above your head and stuff. So adding even more depth to the bombs than we saw in the last set.
Yeah, and unlike Falco, like Westball Shines, you actually get the double jump after the bomb jump, right? So you have like
Mhm.
even more ways to be like tricky with it. Obviously, Falco has a lot of great options there too, but
Yep.
really cool to see the way that he's creating this with Samus.
Yep. Yeah, he has like the floatiness above you kind of mix-ups that are kind of better. But it's kind of worse at covering roll, to be honest, like in all ways. Like when he bombs your shield, if you just roll, it's like really hard for Samus to kind of follow it. But adding in the wavelands can definitely sometimes, yeah, like right there, you see how he wavelanded and then waited? He was kind of hoping that Sheik would roll because that's when he can get the big callouts.
Yeah, and it looks so fast too. It almost doesn't even feel like a full like wave dash timing. I don't know
Right, yeah.
what he's doing there, but he looked actionable so early after that bomb jump.
Yep. Oh, finding the waveline forward tilt and getting more bomb pressure. Man, I will say the bomb pressure sometimes it looks cooler than it is like super effective, you know, because it's like 9% if you get hit by the bomb. Sometimes you can just tank the bomb to get out of the mix-up too, you know, like it's just right there. It's like bomb in a soft nair, and it's like it's not like quite as scary as because it looks so sick, you know.
It really does, and yeah, I think that's like the big difference between this and like a Falco Shine, right? Like Falco can, you know, take your whole
Zero to
stock
death
if he gets it
off a shine.
hits you with a shine. Yeah, so there's definitely some aspect of like, you know, take the grab like you talked about in traditional FGC. So
yeah, and this game he's like this stock I think is like 6 bombs. That's the 61%. You know, it's like 4 bombs and soft nairs. You know, so it's kind of hard to play this way because you kind of have to outplay your opponent repeatedly, and you're not really fishing for like your big combo starter when you're playing this way. So sometimes it's easy to just get out punish gamed by someone when you're trying to play a sort of a fancy style. You know.
Ooh, and look at this Jflex again. Still seems to be having a bit of a hard time. Okay, there he finds a needle. But in general, Jflex has having a tough time getting the needle. But again, playing to punish the edge, the ledge grab from Samus, and that seems to be working out better for Jflex in this loser's set than what happened in winners finals.
Yeah, and I like that Jflex is kind of giving Samus more space there too. So like the up air interrupts, we've seen Morse code do the up air into forward tilt instantly, and the forward tilts have like almost never hit, right? Like invincible forward tilt, he doesn't care, whatever, right? So sometimes Morse code will do a ledge dash forward tilt, and those aren't as invincible, and they take more space. But it's kind of like he's creating a mix-up now. He's forcing Samus to kind of take a risk, and we're seeing that kind of pay off for him a lot. That was a 3 stock, and it felt like Morse code was doing a lot of fancy stuff, and then Jflex was taking the stock, and then Morse code did a lot of fancy stuff, and then Jflex took the stock. So sometimes he seems to have a really solid play style right now. Morse code going to have to do some adapting and probably find some of these bigger meteor hits to get stuff started.
Yeah, and interestingly, it really didn't feel like FOD gave Samus that much to work with. I almost feel like some of the other stages have worked out better for Morse code, even like FD last set. But we'll go back to FOD anyway. Let's see if maybe it's just a playstyle thing and he just needs to adapt, or if Jflex can continue to take advantage of the way that the stage is set up.
Yeah, it's worth noting that this counter pick looked really strong in winners. He kind of, I don't know, he was getting a lot of kind of close quarters interactions that were just working out for him, and I feel like he was landing more like down smashes and like down airs, up tilts, and like the moves that really lead to the big combos. And just like this, the first opening he gets leads to an edge guard that's already dealt 92% and isn't over. This edge guard could go all the way. Oh, finding the nair. This is not super free. She gets her jump back, but doesn't make it back. One more nair, just kind of bouncing her back and forth. Going to take a while to get there, but he should eventually get there. Forward smash into forward tilt does cover the Omps attack. That was a really long edge guard, but he gets there.
Yeah, literally 30 seconds trying to recover against the Samus. Oftentimes it's Samus that's doing the long recoveries, but this time, just held Jflex off stage that whole time.
Yeah, Samus has some good edge guard. Oh my god, they're clanking moves back and forth. This is crazy.
And Morsecode was so ready for it, right? He clanks the second time and then waits, hoping that his opponent swings.
Yeah, swings again. That's so sick. He's looking dialed in right now. He's just watching his opponent whiff moves. He's whiff punishing things, and he's hitting the big combos, right? Like he's hit a lot more of these, like I don't know, because before when he's doing the bomb pressure, he's kind of playing on top and above you, and now he's doing a lot more horizontal gaming and spacing right in front of him. So looking like a good little adaptation there. Oh my god.
That movement was insane. So fast with that second wave dash to get behind Sheik before the grab comes out. Oh, but the needle gimp? No, not quite. Again, Jflex providing enough space for Morsecode to get back on stage. You were talking about how you like to see that, but Morsecode taking full advantage of it, pushing Jflex to the corner.
Yep. Brutal stuff. And once again, he does like the up air interrupt into forward tilt very often. And that time he just does it and just walks intimidatingly. So definitely he's having a lot of success with his corner game this game. And that's something that, oh my god, he just runs out. He actually, he ran up and JC grab. And it's actually slower than not doing a JC grab. So it just like looked really funny to see Samus do a grounded grab. Unless he was walking, not sure. Regardless though.
Ooh, and Jflex again dodges a grab, and we get to see like a pretty big punish here. He's already racked up to 120%. Gets the needle after the... Oh, yeah, see, again, I really want to see Jflex after he gets the grapple with the needle on the grapple to just grab ledge to close out that up B. It seems like it should work. This time he doesn't take any extra percent after missing it, so not too big a deal here, and he's basically brought it back to even.
Yep. And I will say that like the nuance of edge guarding Samus can sometimes be kind of scary to do in tournament. Like it's like this right here. I love this as a default. Just go to center stage and charge your needles. You know, like this is like the really consistent way to kind of beat Samus is to like when she's doing her fancy weird bomb jumpy and grapply stuff, you're charging needles in center stage. And that's like the way that you're like, okay, I'm not gonna die for you having a lot of knowledge for how Samus recovery works.
Right. I mean, so much of Samus's game plan comes around these reversals near the corner. Just don't give her that win condition, right?
Right. Yeah. And again, even there, like Morsecode got up from the right side and did an aerial interrupt into forward tilt, and that option is just so awkward to deal with if you haven't like dealt with it much, because it's like so much faster than you're used to. Like almost every Samus ledge dashes every time, or forward airs from the ledge. So covers the opposite deck again.
All right, so pure 0-0 here for game 3, last stock. Jflex could force the reset here immediately, or Morsecode could try to begin his reverse 3-0 for the first set.
Dude, finding reverse 3-0s in like the first set of grands is always crazy, because it's like, you know, you have a set to give, right? Like that that's in the back of your mind somewhere where you're like, oh, I'm down 2-0, but I have a set to give, you know? But then you're like, oh, but maybe I can just win this set, you know? Like, oh, he actually saved his life. There's no way.
Okay.
Like, that was unreactable. Like, he couldn't have won, but he did save his life.
Okay, and we're seeing, you know, we talked about how game 2 maybe like an overcommitment to the bomb mix-ups, but here in game 3 we're seeing them come out just a little bit and being really effective when they do, especially at these higher percents. It seems like it's less viable to take the bomb and move on. Right. So that seems to be working really well, and I like how that's working out. Oh, he gets the grab. Dash attack doesn't quite kill, but here's another bad edge guard. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I will say another thing is it also becomes way worse to take the soft nair, right? So like if he bombs above your head and then falls on you with a soft nair, you can't take that at 160. It sends you off stage. So ultimately is able to take that game. I think he closed it out with a dash attack, right? So that's eventually finding the kill at 160, a little bit later than you'd like, but hey, as long as you take it first. So
all right, so that is going to take game 3, the first for Morsecode. We're going to go 2-1 into game 4, and it's going to be up to Jflex, where we're going to play out the rest of the set. We did see Jflex lose 2 games on his counter picks last set. I believe he went to FD both games, right?
Yeah, I think so. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can do. Yeah, that's actually kind of scary, right? Because when you're going into it and you're like, you're up, but you know that your opponent has already beaten you on your counter pick twice before. So reverse 3-0 is totally possible, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is actually his worst percentage stage of all of them right now, right? Like, at least today.
So okay, so I just clicked on Smash UG, and did he go Yoshi Story the first time? Maybe
he might have,
yeah. So there you go. It's only 0-1. He's ready to go.
All right, you'll love to see it. And yeah, look at how even this game is to start off. Once again, you see him get the needle on the grapple, but then choose to retreat to center stage and set up the needles. So he is playing that slightly more conservative playstyle.
Yeah, but man, Morse code working his way out of the corner with missiles and fights his way all the way into a corner Jflex, right? So, oh, this time he finds a grab though, challenging Samus in the corner.
All right, gets the F throw, or sorry, the down throw into the fair. Is able to get set up another good edge guard situation, but once again, Morsecode, he just goes low, sort of drifts slowly, gets nice and down there before going for the double jump grapple, and Jflex has not been able to find a good answer to that so far.
Hmm.
Ooh, Jflex wasn't committed to just holding ledge, thought maybe Morsecode could make it back, gets an air, it reverses, but the edge guard is clean on the other side, so Jflex takes the lead.
Yep, finding a ton of damage here. Jflex not only has racked up percent, but he's also maintaining center stage, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when your opponent's invincibility runs out and then you rack up damage and are the one in center stage, definitely feels like you've weathered the storm of an invincible opponent.
Yep. Oh, and he gets the tomahawk turnaround grab there. Jflex maintaining this lead and building more and more percent. That is going to be a kill with the down smash, sending him back off stage, but getting your opponent all the way to 80% before
Oh,
you die.
lost his jump, didn't realize it. Brutal ending there. Morse go down an entire stock. Jflex looking to close it out, as he is one game away from getting the reset.
Yeah, and I'm liking this option from Jflex to charge the needles a little bit more. I think you talked before the winner set about how that can be a great way to force the Samus to try to challenge. And that seems to be working out quite well for Jflex when he shows it, especially going for the jump needle charge, so that Morse code doesn't just have to run up, he also has to find a way to get up above. Pretty clean.
Yep. Finding the down smash here. And I was going to say, I don't think Sheik got her jump back. Jflex didn't recognize it. Was really ambiguous whether he touched the ground or not before getting down smash. And yeah, that's a really clean edge guard. That's pretty key because Morse code needed that.
Oh, and this down smash reverses. Even though he's only at 14%, this could already be really bad for Jflex. He is able to barely make it back on stage, so he won't take a huge amount of damage, but that could have been a big turning point.
Oh, shoots the charge shot the wrong way. Not a big deal. I think it would have missed anyways, so not doesn't really matter. Fishing for the up tilts there. I actually really like kind of like up tilts in place in this matchup, and really in a lot of matchups. Up tilt is one of Samus's biggest combo starters, and it's a really hard to whiff punish move. So.
Great play there by Jflex. He gets the down tilt into the up air to close out the stock. It is 2 stocks to 1, but one thing I want to call out here is Jflex is doing a great job of being really careful with his jumping. Morse code doing a lot to try to catch the jump, the startup of the jump, either missile or charge shot or whatever, and Jflex just not giving it to him one time. Really nice stuff. Oh, the first needle hits. Second needle hits.
Oh,
what the?
Weird slippy replay client bugs, probably. Doesn't matter. He gets back on stage.
All right, whatever. 2 stocks to 1. It's fine. I've never seen. Okay, it does matter. Jflex forces him all the way to the corner. Great spacing there with the tilts. And now this looks really tough for Morsecode. He gets.
Yep. Oh, finds the up E here. Gets back on stage once again. It kind of feels so hard.
Caught by the needles, but Jflex once again backs off.
Yeah, this looks like a really hard comeback to make, anyways. So probably don't feel too bad. But like even if you get this stock right now, 1-4 there does close it out, and he does get it. So just like that, Jflex resets the bracket. We're going to be on even footing going into the final set here.
Yeah, Jflex looks really strong. I think there's a couple things I want to call out as the big differences. Number one, you talked about it a lot, the choice to give up a little bit more space when Samus gets to the ledge so that the aerial interrupt is much less of a threat. It has avoided a lot of those reversals that Morse code used really effectively in the first set. I think that's been really big. The other thing I'm seeing a lot is Jflex willing to challenge the missiles with hitboxes. That last interaction saw it again. He did the missile from the ledge, and just the fair from Sheik goes through both the missile and hit Samus for the kill. We also saw a couple times earlier in the match where Sheik just was doing a run up and just does an F tilt in order to break the missile and catch Samus if she's coming in. So Morse code going to have to find a way to really put some threat behind those missiles because Jflex willingly swinging a bit more right now.
Yep. So definitely like the adaptations. Jflex looks like the stable one right now, and that's kind of a flipping of the script of what we saw in Winners, where it kind of felt like Morse code was just so stable all the time, not really at risk of getting big punishes and just eventually finding the kills. But now Jflex is kind of the one finding the bigger punishes on average, and Morse code is the one kind of chipping away at him and trying to find something, kind of being. I don't know if he gets punched and put on his back foot, it feels like he's on his back foot for a while, right? So.
Yeah, a couple other things to mention. I feel like Jflex really didn't get caught by those early percent big hits that knocked him off
Hmm.
stage. I think that was like a big thing because we saw
Yeah.
Morse Code rack up so much damage in the first set by just getting Jflex off stage and then rinse and repeating the edge guards.
Yeah,
So
sometimes he
that's
would
big.
get one hit that just insta did 60, right? It was like
Mhm,
down smash, nair, nair, boom, and
mhm.
off stage, like so. Yeah, and now we're seeing this dedicated needle platform game kind of immediately racking up damage really safely. But the moment he messes up, Morse code is ready to get big punishes.
Ooh, and that air dodge, very clever. Once again, not going for the up B, super critical there. Otherwise, he would have gotten caught by the Morse code blender there on the edge guard. Morse code with a
Hmm.
clever recovery of his own to avoid the needle gimp, and we're back to neutral.
Ooh, Jflex actually challenging the forward tilt from the ledge here and actually clanks with it. But Morse code is so good at clanks. He's like always mashing the right button out of it. So,
Hmm.
oh,
Yeah, and
gets the ledge, gets the nair. Is he going to close it out? Wow, that
Ooh.
forward smash doesn't hit. Really looked like he had him there.
Yeah, he even went for the downward angle to like make it more uh, confirmed, but didn't
Hmm.
work out. Ooh, and Jflex getting around the bomb. I think that's the first time we've seen a punish on the grounded bomb by going up to the side platform and running off with the fair. Really nice stuff by Jflex to recognize that situation.
Yep, and now we're seeing the needle edge guard once again. Man, it feels like multiple stocks have been taken, but that was actually the first confirmed, right? So,
Hmm.
minute and a half in, and Jflex really showing that he has kind of the discipline and patience to kind of stick to his game plan no matter what.
So this is another thing that we talked a lot about in the first set and didn't really see in the last set was Morse code challenging Jflex on the side platforms. There you see him going up with a nair, catching Jflex, shield dropping down to take the first stock. I think making sure that Jflex doesn't feel safe there is a really, really big deal.
Hmm. Yep, totally agree. So, oh, making sure Jflex doesn't feel safe here is a big deal too. Oh, but Jflex actually just gets back and gets a grab. Man, definitely a lot of intricate interactions going on with both players when they get to the corner, right? Like when they get
Hmm.
off of the ledge, when they get fighting for center stage, fighting to get to the platform. Just like that, Morse code takes a huge lead off of the back of some really good ledge play. He came up from the ledge and then got his opening all the way to the kill.
Hmm. Yeah, those reversals off the ledge have been a big deal for both players. When Jflex is able to find those big grabs coming back from the ledge, it's been a big payoff for him. And Morse code able to do the same thing back to him. So, oh, this time he finds the dare. He'd actually missed that a couple times on the side platform where he goes for the dare slightly too late, but this time he gets it just right. And now it's Jflex
Oh,
who's in trouble. Oh, that up smash doesn't hit. It's so sad.
yeah. Morse code actually finding the edge cancel on his up B and then double jump wave landing back onto the platform. So really good awareness from him and having the kind of the most tricks he can get to make use of all his moves, right? Because sometimes they can feel like the up B is really unsafe, but he's making it feel pretty good here. The wall jump, and he does survive.
The reverse fair that Jflex went for was just a little bit misspaced, so he doesn't get the hit, and now he's going to have to go for another edge guard before he can close things out. Oh,
Finds
and
a
the
forward smash. Oh,
off
this
the
could
air.
be. Yeah, and he's reading him going to the platform, maybe reacting, covering one with the missile. And just like that, Morse code is looking like he's in firm control of game one of set two, right? Looking to say, okay, you might have gotten the first set, you might have had control, but now we're here to play for real.
Ooh, and yeah, he finds the grab. Again, when those are firing on all cylinders for Morse code, it feels really tough for Jflex. Jflex is able to get that runoff fair, consistent hit for him that he's been able to find when Morse code tries to challenge space, but he's still down a full stock, so a lot of work left for Jflex.
Yep. And we're kind of seeing some of the strength of the bomb stuff that he's doing too, is that it really is there to condition you to shield, right? We
Hmm.
kind of mentioned that like the bomb stuff itself might not be a huge payoff. It might not be the thing that gets you to 0 to death. But if you start shielding too much because you really don't know how to deal with the bomb pressure, then suddenly he starts grabbing you a lot, right?
Hmm.
And if you start rolling a lot, then suddenly he starts down smashing you a lot, right? So he's
Hmm.
like constantly playing this game where he's manipulating you to play in a certain way and then capitalizing off that. And which is what I always like to mention about these Samus players, man. They're always watching you.
Hmm. Well, and this is the thing about the big advantage of being in winner's side, right? He gets so much longer to watch you.
Hmm.
And for
Exactly.
a lot of players, right, they sort of like you can come in from winner's side, the opponent has momentum, it gets kind of frustrating, you sort of maybe lose sight of your game plan. But not
Hmm.
Morse code, you can bet he's going to be playing his game plan right on through game 15, right?
Yep.
So, spooky.
Yeah, it's like the longer a game goes on, the more like information Samus gets, and that's just
Hmm.
magnified way more when they have two sets to give, and then they're just like studying the whole time. So I do think that Jflex's playstyle overall has been very
Mhm.
stable. And
Mhm.
going into this, there's a couple key reads that you just have to be like, okay, I need to not get caught by this exactly, right? And if you can avoid kind of those,
Hmm.
you still have a chance to kind of stick to your game plan. But you need to maintain that level of confidence you had in the first set without, you know, getting predictable at
Mhm.
all. So
Yeah. And we saw a couple of those things that Morse code was doing in the winner side set that we didn't see as much in the loser set. We saw Morse code challenging the side platform a lot more against
Mhm.
Jflex, and also going for those juicy hits at low percent that are going to send off stage and set up for those extended edge guards.
Mhm.
Both of those netting Morse code at least a stock in that first game. So more of that I think is going to be uh, a challenge for Jflex to respond to.
Mhm. So I'm not sure if the players are having a bit of an issue if we're just taking a second to pick the counter pick here. Um, but let's see. I think no, I don't know. Yeah, I think Jflex was streaming, so I was gonna try to sneak in there and see what was happening, but no, I didn't see it. But looks like the players are back in there. Maybe had a disconnected and reconnected. Either way, we have both players standing on Dreamland right now.
All right. So it looks like, yeah, I think you're probably right. A quick disconnect, reconnect. The players confirming that their connection is back up and stable before they jump into this game 2 of the reset. Did the first set, did the winner side set go to game 5, or was that a game 4?
It was a game 4, I believe.
Okay,
Yep,
it was.
3-1. So
Yeah. Okay. So two 4-game sets, right? We had a 3-1
hmm
both ways. And now we're coming into this last set. Morse code is up 1-0, but definitely plenty of games left to get through here before we get started,
Yep.
and before we're ready to claim a champion.
Yeah, you like it when both sets that went back and forth were the same set count. It feels bad. It's possible. It's rare, but if one player wins 3-0 and then loses 2-3 and then like wins 3-0, sometimes you can like win fewer games overall and then win the tournament or whatever. And it can be like, wait a second. But no, we're gonna have even footing going into the last set. So whoever wins this set is the victor, fair and square. So
All right. Well, it looks like we're getting updates in the chat. That's a new one for me. But Jflex letting us know that there's a bit of a lag spike happening right
yeah.
now. So they're waiting it out before we get started.
There's
Have
like a tornado somewhere on the East Coast and it's causing pings, but blah blah.
We're getting reminders in the chat for both players to please turn off their Netflix really quickly.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta wait out the ping spikes, you know? You're just watching the ping spikes flow through you, and you're like, it will pass.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll wait for just a quick moment, and then we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll get started. It looks like, okay, we've ended the game, so that's probably a pretty good sign that
It
we're
would be
about
so
to jump in.
tragic if this had to stop, like if we had to cut it short, because
No,
these two have
no.
already been able to play 2 sets together, and if the internet just stopped working and then we had to call it, that'd be tragic.
All right. Well, we're waiting to see what happened. I think I did see a taunt from Jflex, which I think usually means we're good to go, but maybe not in this case. I don't know.
True. He also said, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see because they haven't started. So the fact that, let's see, we're seeing they're doing a spike check, and it looks like they're ready. As I see, the players are back into a match and they're playing on FD. So there you go. We
All right.
survived.
Fantastic. So we jump into it right away, and immediately Morse code gets a ton of damage here on the counter pick, 60% with unanswered. Oh, and look at that bomb setup. I think when he uses it sparingly is when it's the most powerful, and Jflex finds the grab to sort of answer back. Let's see what he can get off of it.
Finding the wave dash out of shield grab that time, and finding more and more grabs. Let's see if he can get a ton off of these, because right now, oh, and finding a third grab into the dash attack. This surely will mean that the next interaction, Jflex won't shield, right?
Yeah, it feels like he's already gotten like 6 grabs here in this first stock, and we saw that last set, or in the first set, right? When he was able to just make every grab work, it felt impossible for Jflex to answer back. So it really just does come down to like that hard mix-up where you have to win the mix-up. There's no way to
Yeah.
really play around it at some point.
Yep, and it's really hard not to get conditioned, like because eventually you're like you shield too much, you don't shield enough, and that's like such a fine balance to play while the Samus is really looking at you. And there's the up air interrupt from the ledge into a down smash. Morse code continues to be just the scariest Samus from the ledge. Period. Right? Like this is just so consistent, and he's so fast at doing it. Another forward tilt.
Yeah, that time Jflex tried to challenge it, right? Goes for the jump into the back air. But I think Morse Code still had invincibility, and so he was just able to watch the back air happen and get the F tilt of his own. Look at the spacing. Jflex tries to wave dash in multiple times, finally commits with the down tilt, and just gets F smashed as the down tilt whiffs.
Yeah, that is a brutal call out, and just like that, Morse code once again, does get the fade back. Samus can sometimes make her up be safe on FD by going to the ledge, or by like going for an edge cancel at the very ledge, but Samus actually able to get there in time with the grab. This one should be enough to close it out. The forward air does get the kill. Sheik is on the board, still down on full stock though.
And there's that up tilt. Again, another tool that Samus has used sparingly throughout these sets, but when it connects, it can be a huge combo starter. Here at 14%, it was able to just get crouch canceled and wave dash back, but who knows about next time?
Yeah, and we see it even on shield. It's pretty good, right? Because like she feels like she can act out of it, but it's safer on shield than forward tilt is, for example. So sometimes she can kind of trick you into being like, well, which move am I doing on your shield? Some of them are safe, some of them aren't. Samus getting a lot done there, though. Oh my god, the bomb drift back charge shot. That's a classic.
Yeah, and Jflex just looking like he's having a hard time getting anything started right here. Morse
code's
just
also
the wall.
Yeah, he's also like the only Samus who's able to do short hop fastfall missiles, and he's just consistently like there. He had to nail it. Like he was point blank. Like if he doesn't get it there, you just die. And he had the confidence to go for it. I don't know if you've ever tried that. It is like most people who try it literally can't do one in like 100 tries. Like it is that hard. I want to give big shout outs to Gumi who made a tutorial on it. And like when I practiced it after watching his tutorial, I went up from like 10% consistency to like 40, 50. But to watch him be at like 90% plus consistency, it's like insane. So
oh man, and once again we're seeing the same thing from the first set. Morse code able to find his way, even when he doesn't get a big reversal out of the corner, he is able to reverse positions, and sort of there again you see it. He claims center stage, pushes Jflex in the corner, and all of a sudden Jflex just plays the whole game from a disadvantage.
Look at that, he has Jflex so scared he's able to just short hop down there all the way to the corner and actually just catches him, right? Like that's the sort of conditioning that Samus like puts on you, and to the point where it's like she has to make such specific call outs, but is able to because she scared you out of doing everything else.
All right, so 2 stocks to 1. Morse code continues to look really, really strong here. Another grab connects. It just feels like the conditioning has been completed, and Morse code is now fully mind controlling Jflex as they play through this set. Oh, and the charge shot connects. The grabs are connecting. The down smash reverses. And it's not really a reverse. It's just that's how that hitbox works.
Right, yeah.
Takes the game up 2-0. Is Jflex going to go back to FD, or does he try Yoshi's?
Yeah, I kind of think he shouldn't go back to FD. I think that when he was playing really well and looked in control, a lot of it was off the back of like really clean platform movement and stuff, right? So I do think that he, by simplifying the game a little bit, by bringing it to FD, it seems to take away from some of the strengths that he had. Because Morse code is kind of forcing very binary mix-ups, it feels like, and then winning those. And Jflex was kind of winning more when he was just like, well, there is no one mix-up you can force me into, especially when we saw a lot of the needle game that was happening on Battlefield and stuff. So, but we are going to go back. He's confident in his choice, which honestly I respect. In the long term, you got to figure out how to win on FD, right? I think that it is probably the best stage on paper, so let's figure it out.
All right, so game 3. Jflex looking to try to avoid the 3-0 here, maybe start his way back to a reverse 3-0 comeback. But Morse code just looking so strong here. He goes for the bomb, drifts back, and catches Sheik coming down into it. Oh, and look at this combo.
Wow, and even finding the CC down smash, the moment he drops the combo, he picks it right back up, or sorry, the edge guard, and just like that, the charge shot allows him to finish off that edge guard. That was once again, he keeps finding these like 0 to death edge guards, right? It's like a 30-second long edge guard, and technically it's 0 to death. So,
all right. So, Morse code continues to be in a strong position here. Now he's just sort of needling away at the Sheik, trying to push her back off stage. Jflex actually gets Morse code off stage this time. Again, not able to close out the edge guard, but plays the positional advantage quite well. Finds another fair. Did Morse code? I don't think he touched the ground. Okay, now he has. So he has his grapple back.
He's so good because he's so good at the up air interrupts. He gets his grapple back instantly. Like even if he just like up air interrupts into shields or something, which he actually doesn't really do. He's like always forward tilting or walking, but he could just like aerial interrupt and then go back to the ledge and get his grapple back that way or something. He's generally just fighting for the position though, so good to see.
Okay, great positioning here and a strong combo by Sheik. Jflex able to get a good combo into. Oh my god.
Huge combo, which also calls out the double jump sweet spot to the ledge with the down tilt, which allows this edge guard to continue. And just like that, Samus is now getting a ton of damage, saves his life, but once again, it wasn't reactable. It looked like the edge guard or the air dodge was going to get him back on stage. Finding once again, he has such tricky missile setups now. Between the sure hop fast fall missile and the bomb jump falling missiles, it's really hard to tell when these missiles are coming.
And every time you think you have a chance to go attack with go challenge one of those missiles, he just throws out a nair instead, or you get hit by the bomb on the way up, or he throws out a wave dash back, F smash or down smash, or he goes for a grab, and it's just like, what the hell is happening? There's so many mix-ups.
And I think we're seeing Jflex get a little bit antsy. We actually saw him run into the corner there, and then Morse code immediately reverses the position again, and then he reads the roll with a down smash, and that's kind of like he's made Jflex play differently, right? And I don't think that Jflex's game plan ever like stopped working, right? It was just that he was kind of scared away from it. And that's kind of the feeling I have right now, that Morse code, by kind of like chipping away at him with this bomb game plan, with these forward tilts, by standing in front of him, by finding these missiles, and eventually Jflex is like, what I'm doing is not working. I need to change it up. And the moment he changes it up, Morse code is like, boom, you're doing the suboptimal thing now, or something like that. So
yeah, it feels like Jflex has had a very strong hold on his sort of game plan start to finish. And then finally here in this sort of last game, we're starting to see him crack a little bit, try different stuff, try to find something that works, but maybe it's not working out. Unfortunately, it looks like we did lose the stream here at the last second. Kind of sucks. Hopefully they didn't have any trouble on the player side and we're able to finish out that game. We'll try to get an update as soon as we can.
Yep. And wait. So Smash GG shows that Jflex won game 1, but Morse code won game 1, right? Morse code was up 2-0. So I'm pretty sure they just misreported the first game and haven't reported the last one. So we'll see if they yeah.
Oh, okay. Game's
we
back.
actually got the feedback and the game's not over. You love to see it.
And it's super close here.
Yeah.
Morse code getting a little bit of an edge guard. Oh my god. And
bomb into down air.
Oh, dude, Morse code's so sick. Holy shit. And he's able to close it out. That was